30 key takeaways from chapters 11 through 12 of Until the End of Time, which delve into the distant future of the universe and its ultimate fate, each paired with a real-life example or story to illustrate the concept. 1. The inevitable march toward maximum entropy. Takeaway: the universe will continue to move toward a state of maximum disorder, entropy, where all energy differences vanish. Example: like a well-organized library gradually succumbing to disarray over decades without maintenance, cosmic structures will eventually dissolve. Second heat death, the end state of the universe. Takeaway: in one scenario, the universe will cool to the point where no usable energy remains, ending all physical processes. Example: think of a battery that's completely drained. No device can be powered, much like a universe that has reached heat death. 3. Stars' final fading moments. Takeaway: stars will burn out as they run out of fuel, eventually leaving behind inert remnants like white dwarfs, neutron stars, or black holes. Example: a campfire eventually dies down to glowing embers before going dark, mirroring the fate of dying stars. 4. Galaxies will dissipate over time. Takeaway: with the cessation of star formation and the death of stars, galaxies will slowly disintegrate into sparse collections of matter. Example: picture a bustling city that gradually empties out, its buildings crumbling as nature reclaims the space. 5. Dark energy drives cosmic expansion. Takeaway: dark energy is causing the universe's expansion to accelerate, spreading matter ever more thinly apart. Example: like blowing up a balloon, as it inflates, objects on its surface move further apart, eventually reaching a point where they no longer interact. 6. The Big Rip hypothesis. Takeaway: in an extreme scenario, dark energy might grow so dominant that it tears apart galaxies, stars, and even atoms. Example: imagine a rubber band stretched so far that it snaps. This big rip would shatter all cosmic structures. 7. The Big Crunch possibility. Takeaway: an alternative theory posits that the universe might eventually stop expanding and collapse back in on itself. Example: like water swirling down a drain, all matter could be drawn inward in a catastrophic implosion, though current data favor perpetual expansion. 8. Boltzmann brains in random order. Takeaway: in a high-entropy universe, spontaneous fluctuations might produce self-aware Boltzmann brains as isolated pockets of order. Example: similar to a random spark in an otherwise dark forest, these ephemeral entities would appear briefly before disappearing. 9. Cosmic recurrence and the Poincaré theorem. Takeaway: over unimaginably long times, the universe might statistically revisit states similar to earlier ones, though practically unobservable. Example: like shuffling a deck of cards and, after an astronomical number of shuffles, landing on the original order by pure chance. 10. Time's unidirectional flow persists. Takeaway: even as the cosmos decays, the arrow of time, driven by ever-increasing entropy, remains irreversible. Example: just as you can't unbake a cake, the progression of time marches forward regardless of cosmic changes. 11th. Loss of usable energy means loss of life. Takeaway: when energy is too dispersed, no process, biological or otherwise, can be sustained. Example: like trying to run a high-powered device on a nearly dead battery, life as we know it will eventually cease. 12th. Cosmic isolation in an ever-expanding universe. Takeaway: as expansion accelerates, gravitational bonds weaken, isolating galaxies and stars from one another. Example: think of isolated islands drifting further apart in a vast expanding ocean. 13. The diminishing returns of complexity. Takeaway: over time, the organized structures that once allowed life and thought to flourish will break down. Example: a meticulously constructed sandcastle eventually succumbs to the tide, symbolizing the fragility of order. 14. The futility of resisting entropy. Takeaway: no matter how hard intelligent beings try to preserve order, The fundamental laws of thermodynamics ensure that entropy will eventually win. Example, like an ice cube in a warm room that melts despite attempts to preserve it, cosmic order is transient. 15. Legacy and memory may fade. Takeaway, even cultural and intellectual achievements may eventually be erased as the universe reaches equilibrium. Example, imagine ancient monuments that, over millennia, crumbled to dust, their stories fading with time. 16. The scale of cosmic time is mind-boggling. Takeaway, the time frames over which these processes occur far exceed human lifespans, providing a humbling perspective. Example, comparing the few seconds of human memory to the billions of years of cosmic evolution illustrates our ephemeral nature. 17. The possibility of a cyclical universe. Takeaway, some theories suggest that cosmic collapse might lead to a new Big Bang, beginning a new cycle of existence. Example, like the myth of the phoenix, which is reborn from its ashes, the universe might experience renewal, though evidence is speculative. 18. Dark energy's dominance in the distant future. Takeaway, dark energy will continue to influence the cosmos, ensuring that expansion remains the prevailing dynamic. Example, much like a slow but persistent wind that eventually scatters leaves beyond retrieval, dark energy drives matter apart. 19. Information loss and cosmic forgetfulness. Takeaway, as entropy increases, even information, our records, memories, and history may degrade or be lost. Example, digital data left unrefrigerated can slowly corrode, similar to how cosmic information may eventually fade. 20. The ultimate dissolution of structure. Takeaway, all organized systems, from galaxies to atomic particles, will eventually succumb to universal decay. Example, like a city abandoned and left to crumble over time, every cosmic structure will eventually vanish. 21st. Cosmic loneliness inspires existential reflection. Takeaway, the eventual isolation and quiet of the cosmos force us to confront the meaning and purpose of our existence. Example, a solitary night sky in the desert, with its overwhelming vastness, can evoke profound personal introspection. 22. The ephemeral nature of thought and culture. Takeaway, although human thought and culture are powerful, they are also transient, products of our fleeting moment in cosmic history. Example, like a brilliant firework that dazzles for a moment before fading, our cultural achievements are temporary. 23rd. Future civilizations might struggle against entropy. Takeaway, advanced societies may one day attempt to harness or counteract entropy, though ultimately futile in the long run. Example, think of futuristic cities employing energy-saving technologies. They can delay decay, but not prevent it indefinitely. 24. The role of intelligent life in cosmic legacy. Takeaway, our quest for knowledge and meaning is a unique human response to the inevitability of cosmic decay. Example, universities and research institutions serve as beacons of our efforts to understand and preserve knowledge, even as time marches on. 25. The cosmic scale diminishes individual significance. Takeaway, in the grand narrative of the universe, individual human lives are fleeting, yet our collective search for meaning remains noble. Example, like a single drop in an ocean, our lives are small, but together they contribute to a vast, shared human story. 26. The final chapters of the universe hold bizarre possibilities. Takeaway, the extreme conditions of the far future may give rise to phenomena that challenge our current understanding of physics. Example, just as extreme weather can produce unusual natural formations, the end of the universe might reveal phenomena like quantum fluctuations that defy expectations. 27. Philosophical implications of cosmic mortality. Takeaway, contemplating the end of the universe forces us to reconsider what is truly meaningful in life. Example, a poet reflecting on the fleeting nature of beauty in a decaying world encapsulates the tension between impermanence and significance. 28th. The paradox of legacy in a finite cosmos. Takeaway, Although we strive to leave lasting legacies, the ultimate decay of the universe reminds us that nothing is permanent. Example: ancient ruins testify to past civilizations, yet they too will eventually erode, symbolizing the transient nature of all achievements. 29. Cosmic decay as a call to embrace the present. Takeaway: knowing that the universe will eventually end can inspire us to cherish every moment of our fleeting existence. Example: the beauty of a sunset is heightened by its impermanence, prompting us to savor life's transient wonders. 30. The ultimate search for meaning amidst inevitable decay. Takeaway: even as the cosmos approaches its end, the human spirit endures through its relentless quest for meaning and understanding. Example: a musician composing a timeless melody against a backdrop of change reflects how, despite cosmic impermanence, the creative drive persists. In Reading, these 30 key points from chapters 11 to 12 of Until the End of Time illustrate Brian Greene's exploration of the distant future and the ultimate fate of existence. Each takeaway connects profound scientific predictions about cosmic decay with relatable real-life examples, inviting us to reflect on the beauty, tragedy, and meaning of our ephemeral moment in the universe.